Oh, thanks, Steve. This is great. I needed a new marker. I really appreciate this. Thank you so much. You don't know how to say you're welcome? Well, it's a good reason we're here today then. Hey everyone, I'm Alex. Thanks for clicking and welcome to this lesson on 17 ways to say you're welcome. Yes, after thank you, everyone knows you can say you're welcome, but there's more than one way to do this. I have thought of 17. So let's go through them one by one. Of course, the first one, which we have already said, which is in the title to this video, is you're welcome. Now, if you want to add a little more intensity to your you're welcome, you could add an adverb. Now, some of the most common adverbs to this are you're very welcome, you're quite welcome, you are truly welcome. And again, this is if you want to add a little bit more formality, a little bit more intensity to your you're welcome. If you want to show that you are truly, truly welcome, you want to say you're welcome to the person a lot, you could say you're quite welcome. Okay, next we have no problem, not a problem, no problemo, anytime. This is a very casual, informal way to say you're welcome, where you want to say, that's okay, that's okay. So repeat after me. No problem, not a problem, no problemo, anytime. Anytime, of course, means you don't have to say thank you. I would do this anytime at all. Now, next we have don't mention it, don't worry about it, no worries. Basically, you don't have to say thank you. It's okay. So we have don't mention it, meaning like don't talk about it ever. Don't say thank you. You don't have to say thank you. It's not necessary to say thank you. It's very casual. Now you can also say don't worry about it, and you can say no worries. All three of these, it's very, very similar, meaning very similar informal level of you're welcome. And another one, it's nothing. It was nothing. So for example, Steve gave me this marker. He probably paid not a lot of money for this marker, but it's the thought that counts. It's the thought that counts for this one. But, if I say, thanks, Steve, you can say, it was nothing. It's a small little thing, okay? So you can say it's nothing in the present, or it was nothing if the action happened in the past, which, typically it did. Next, you have with pleasure or my pleasure. So this is a little bit more formal, a more formal way to say you're welcome. So if someone says, thank you for this very thoughtful birthday gift, or thank you for helping me, look for a new house or something like this. And you can say, with pleasure, or it was my pleasure, or it's my pleasure, or just my pleasure, okay? All right, so we have these ones here. We're gonna move over to this side of the board, and these are a little bit more interesting, a little bit longer ways to say you're welcome, where you're not saying you're welcome exactly, but if someone says, thanks, thank you, you can say anything for you, that I would do anything for that person. Now, you might say anything for the team. If, you bought pizza for your soccer team, for example, or anything for the company. Very few people probably say that, but you could say anything for the company, anything for the team, anything for you. Hey, anything for Gerald or anything for Martha, if you're helping a friend. And similar, you can say, anything to make you or him or her happy or smile, or this is very bad if you want to be like, really stick it to someone, and you can say anything to make him suffer. It's not really a positive way to say you're welcome. Just say, thanks for, taking care of that bad situation. And thanks for making him cry. You can say anything to make him suffer or her suffer. That's a terrible, terrible thing. Don't do that. Please don't do that. You know, say, hey, anything to make mom smile. Anything to make, you know, your cousin happy. Something like that. That's a nice way to say you're welcome. Use those. Next, so imagine that, you know, your friend has a birthday party and you helped to organize it. You helped to buy the balloons, or you helped to put together the tables, or you made the cake. And say, oh, thank you so much for helping with the party. You can say, I'm happy to help, or I was happy to help. Don't mention it. I was happy to help. Okay, next one. Here we have in the States, I erased this with my jacket a little bit, so I'll add some purple to it. In some parts of the United States, like I've heard in Michigan or Colorado, some people, instead of saying, you're welcome, will just say, uh-huh. It's weird to me, but some people do say it. So just repeat after me, uh-huh. It's easy, right? So if someone says, hey, thanks for the gift. Hey, thanks for your help. You can just say, uh-huh. If you're in Michigan or Colorado and other parts of the US. I would probably stick to like, oh, don't worry about it. No problem. Don't mention it. It was nothing. And finally, again, my jacket keeps rubbing out these words. I'm really sorry, guys. So don't mention it. You would have done the same for me. So this means that, hey, you don't have to say thank you. I know that if you were in my situation, you would have done the same thing for me. All right, so before we finish this, let's just quickly repeat these phrases, and you can just repeat after me so that we know how to say these 17 ways to say you're welcome. Here we go. You're welcome. You're very welcome. No problem. Not a problem. No problemo. Anytime. Don't mention it. Don't worry about it. Oh, no worries. It was nothing. Are you using the intonation I'm using? That's important too. With pleasure. It was my pleasure. Anything for you. Anything to make him smile. I was happy to help. Uh-huh. You would have done the same for me. Perfect. Now, if you'd like to test your understanding of this material, as always, you can check out the quiz on engvid.com. And if you enjoyed this video, as always, like it, subscribe to the channel, comment in the comment section below. Check me out on Facebook and Twitter. Until next time, pick a phrase, pick a phrase. You ready with the phrase? Thanks for clicking. Yeah, you got it. You got it.